Good afternoon and welcome to the April 9th, 2013 meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority. May we have the roll call, please?
Authority members: Friedman.
Here.
Manukian.
Here.
Mincy.
Here.
Parazian.
Here.
Quintero.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Chair Najarian.
Here. May we have your report?
The agenda for the April 9th, 2013 regular meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority was posted on Thursday, April 4th, 2013 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Thank you. Next item?
Next item is approval of minutes.
So moved.
No objections or corrections. The minutes will be approved as submitted. Next item, please.
Next item is oral communication. However, no cards were submitted for this portion.
Close oral communications. Next item, item 6.
On the business agenda at 6A is a public hearing, Director of Community Development regarding Section 8 Public Housing Agency PHA 5-year and annual plan for fiscal year 2013-14. At 6A1 is a resolution adopting the 5-year and annual PHA plan and authorizing submission to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD.
Thank you. Mr. Ochoa?
Yes, sir. As a public housing authority administering a Section 8 program, we are required to file both a 5-year plan and an annual report, annual plan. And so that is the purpose of this public hearing. Our administrative analyst, Veronica Lunn, will lead you through the report.
Open the hearing, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I'd like to open the public hearing.
Good afternoon, Housing Authority Chairperson Najarian, Housing Authority members and staff. My name is Veronica Lunn. I am an administrative analyst in the Community Development Department in Housing. The Department of Housing and Urban Development requires that each public housing agency submit a Section 8 5-year and annual plan. This plan provides interested parties information on where to locate the agency's policies concerning the operations of the PHA. The report also states of any policy changes the PHA is implementing for the following fiscal year. Since our agency has been rated a high-performing agency by HUD, we are eligible to submit a streamlined plan. On February 20th, staff met with the Resident Advisory Board to review the plan and to receive comments. The comments of the board members will be submitted with the plan as an attachment. Staff is recommending that the Housing Authority adopt a resolution authorizing the submission of the Section 8 Public Housing Agency 5-year and annual plan for fiscal year 2013-2014. This concludes my presentation. I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Okay, I just have a couple questions. As a result of the HUD budget being cut, how does that translate into vouchers that are available?
Let me have Peter Zobek answer that question.
Chair Najarian, to answer your question, the sequestration will affect the Section 8 program. If you recall, about 3 years ago, there were budget shortfalls within that program, and as a result, we implemented a policy of attrition with regards to Section 8 vouchers. When they become vacated, we were not reissuing the vouchers to new households. In fact, I think there was about a 3-year freeze on the Section 8 waiting list. Last year was our first year of a slight increase in the budget. We were able to take about 25, 30 households off the waiting list before it was frozen again. We expect about $1 million shortfall, plus or minus, this coming fiscal year with sequestration effects on the program. So we've implemented the attrition and Section 8 freeze program, Section 8 freezing of the program again. We will be using the Housing Authority's Section 8 reserves to fund that shortfall, and then look to see what the following year's budget looks like.
And I know last year, for several years, we've been scrutinizing the eligibility of those for those vouchers. Is that a productive? I mean, we set new parameters, conviction of crime, et cetera, and all these others. Are we removing many ineligible recipients from that list to get the list going forward, despite the HUD cutback and are dipping into reserves?
There is turnover. A small number of that is attributed to households that have finally graduated from the program. They've actually have 0 assistance from the program for more than 6 months, and as a result, they are off the program. The bulk of our vouchers that are turned in at the end of every month, it's about 10 a month, and the bulk of that comes from our fraud investigations and terminations as a result of fraud. So that component of the program continues to be active and continues to result in terminations.
It's about 10 a month.
Yes.
Then you're saying, okay.
If there aren't any other questions, I'll move 6A1.
Are there any other questions?
I'll second it. Well, and of course, generally, what type of terminations? They're obviously for cause, but what generally, is there any particular trend or?
Unreported income, unauthorized household members living in the household, things along those nature. Employment that's not been reported. And then every applicant that's proposed for termination has the ability to request an informal hearing that's conducted by an outside person, and then they will make a determination whether to support the staff's recommendation for termination or overturn it.
All right.
Motion and second.
Motion, second. I will close the public hearing if there's no other comments, and ask for the roll.
Authority members: Friedman.
Yes.
Menuchyan.
Yes.
Mincy.
Here. Oh, yes.
Thank you. Perazia.
Yes.
Quintero.
Yes.
Weaver.
Aye.
Chair Najarian.
Yes. Thank you. The next item.
Any authority member or staff comments?
Just
Let me recognize Mr. Lanzafame.
Mr. Chairman, members of the Housing Authority, it is my privilege today to represent the staff of the Housing Department and all the housing programs. And Mr. Quintero, we know that this is your last housing meeting. There will be plenty of accolades for you tonight and later on in the week, but we wanted to take this time to thank you for over a decade of support for affordable housing. Over that period of time, we've built more than 1,000 units. As you heard just now, we've been a high-performing Section 8 public agency, as well as providing important programs. Our Life Wrap program, which addresses low income and matches it with education. Our recent Vet Wrap program that we had to discontinue after the dissolution of redevelopment. But really the breadth and the variety of low-income households that you as a member of the Housing Authority have helped is greatly appreciated, and most recently with the veterans community. It's not forgotten. We have a project that we hope will be breaking ground soon, so we will be calling you back as an ambassador for affordable housing. But at this time, I just wanted to express our thanks for all of your support over the last 12 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There'll be plenty of bricks thrown probably tonight also, in addition to compliments. But I appreciate everything that you've done and everything that Mr. Zovac has done, and the staff members that have been here for such a long time. They sort of stood the test of time, working through all the ups and downs and rule changes, and so we run a very good department, and I'm very proud to have been associated with it very much.
he took my thunder. I was going to mention about Frank's 12 years, right, on the Housing Authority. But I also want to congratulate Mrs. Friedman, Mr. Najarian, and Mr. How can I forget that? Thank you. Mr. Menuchyan,
One more
who
day,
is
yes.
jumping ship, but congratulations on your new assignment.
Thank you, Mr. Mincy.
Our clerk won
Oh, and our
re-election,
clerk,
too.
my
Right.
goodness, yes.
Ms. Perazia.
You forget my name, too.
I would like to congratulate Ms. Perazzian for her reappointment to the
Right,
Housing Authority.
that's right.
Mr. Weaver must have done something this week.
Yeah,
to deserve-
congratulations, Mr. Weaver.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Weaver.
My granddaughter, you will remember this, my granddaughter had her 5th birthday,
All right.
And you were the mayor at the time that my granddaughter was being born in.
I remember that.
What was it, St. Joe's Hospital. And I was there, and you, Mr. Starbird, kept emailing me to find out status. Remember? Well, she just had her 5th birthday.
Almost docked you a day's pay for that, but we let it slide due to the joyous birth.
April Fool's Day, baby.
Congratulations, Mr.
I spent the time at Disneyland. I stayed home with the dog.
Okay, any other congratulations? Okay, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, we're adjourned.